8 persons today were put before the circuit court. 11 were remanded, court 11, and remanded into police custody after they pleaded not guilty to charges of 2 counts. Let's get more details on that story. DSP Fiatenge speaks for the Accra Region Police, and she joins me on the line. Hello, DSP Fiatenge. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, Jesse.
So give us a bit more details on this particular story.
Yes, all right, thank you. That was on the 3rd of April. The police within Bachana, on their usual patrols and also ensuring that people adhere to the imposition of restriction that is already enforced, the police came across a number of people, numbering about 40, who were throwing a party in a particular house around Cambodia in Bachana.
Right.
And so the police was able to arrest 9 of them, after which majority of them managed to escape. So yesterday, the docket was put before the court, that was the registry, and the docket was allocated for hearing in court 11. So this morning, all the 9 persons were sent to court 11, and after they were put before the court, the 9 of them pleaded not guilty to the offenses of conspiracy to commit crime and also for failing to adhere to the Imposition of Restrictions Act, specifically the section 6 of this particular act. So one of them, who happens to be the landlord, was granted bail, and also the 8 persons have been remanded into police custody until the 14th of March.
Until the 14th of March, you say. So these people were, they were throwing a party.
Exactly so. They were having a party, and they claimed to be celebrating the birthday party of one of them.
Right, but they pleaded not guilty. Typically, what sort of punishment are they looking at? Should they be pronounced guilty?
Yes, in fact, before these enforcements, we all know that the act that provided a framework for the police to work with, especially when it comes to prosecution, is the Imposition of Restriction Act, that is 1012, 2020. And when you go to section 6 of this act, it provides that anybody who fails to adhere to any of these restrictions, after the person has gone through trial, that is in the own wisdom of the court can prefer punishment. And if it is a fine, we are looking at about what is 1,000 penalty units, and we know that 1 penalty unit is 12 Ghana cedis, and that is even in the minimum. And maximum, that is about 5,000 penalty units should the court to decide to give you, that is a maximum punishment of a fine. And if there are imprisonment penalty also, which also come from the court, we are also looking at you not suffering a jail term of not less than 4 years, and also not more than 10 years, which is also the minimum prison term. So we hope and look forward that as we are prosecuting these persons, the court will also prescribe some stiffer punishment for these people, so that it will also serve as a deterrent to people who have decided to flout these directives that we are enforcing. And we expect that people should adhere to them, because this operation is something that we hope to make sure that we continue to.
Hello? Yes, I lost you briefly getting to the end of your statement. You could just say that again.
Yes, what I was saying is that this Imposition of Restriction Act is something that the police hopes to enforce it to the full letter, and that no stone will be left unturned. That is a serious matter here. What we expect from people is to stay at home, to comply with these directives. And if anybody should be found flouting with these directives, the police will grab the whip and make sure that people who are found contrary to these directives are made to face the full rigor of the law.
This afternoon, I'll just take this advantage to ask you this question before you go. This afternoon, we've had one of your colleagues say, it looks as if people think the authorities have rested on their oars. And so there are a lot more vehicles in town, there are a lot more people in town. Is the police overwhelmed?
Yes, in fact, we are not overwhelmed. The issue is that we even continue to revise our strategy. This week, we were making sure that we implement all the directives to the core. As we have done from the beginning, we are continuing to do so. We are not perturbed. And what the police is still doing is making sure that every directive that we need to enforce, we are doing so. We are not overwhelmed with the situation, and that we still expect that people will still adhere to these directives as we have done right from the beginning until now, and we also continue to do so. So it is something that is still ongoing. I'm yet to find out why we are still having these number of vehicles. We have said from the beginning that people continue to have a lot of flimsy excuses. People feel that they have reasons for being out. But whatever it is, if your reason is not tangible, if you do not fall within the exemption category, if you have no reason to be outside, then, of course, the police is still going to make sure that we still return you to go back home, because now the restriction is such that all of us stay at home, stay in the house, unless, of course, you have something reasonable to do, which, of course, have already been outlined for all of us to know.
So finally, before you go, what has been the major challenge for the Accra Region Police, for example, in enforcing this lockdown?
Yes, right from the beginning, as I've always indicated, the issue of sensitization, education, the non-compliance of some people, one, with the reason that we do not know, we don't really understand, and also a lot of excuses in this area. People feeling that they have the right to be outside with some exemption of a sort. But rather, instead of they going out to perform the very duty for which they have those exemptions, people will just come out and give you an identification card or give you something to tell you that they have an exemption. Meanwhile, they are going out there for a different purpose, where we said that no, it was a no. If you are within these exemption categories, it means that you are going out for reasons to perform those particular duties, but not to do any other thing. So the police were not allowing people who claim to be under these exemptions. However, they are going out for reasons best known to them. So that was also another challenge. And also another challenge we also encountered was around Amasaman area, that is Sawum area, that the boundary there. But the police also realized that the vehicles that were being turned away around the Sawam area there, anytime they get there and they are being turned away, they go a little further, drop the passengers, and these passengers find themselves or find their way back into Accra again, and it was vice versa. We have tried as much as we can to deter them from doing so. Some of them have been arrested, some of them have been warned, others have been detained, and even as I speak, some are still in the process of being prosecuted. So these were major challenges that has really faced Accra since the enforcement have been enforced.
All right. Well, it is about 9 days into it. We'll see how the remaining days go and whether or not government will tighten or loosen it as we go along. DSP Efia Tenge speaks for the Accra Police. Thank you very much, DSP Efia Tenge.